Jackson, once again, if you do have questions, please utilize the raise your hand feature to get your question in the queue. With that being said, happy to be joined by Coach Jackson with Prairie A&M. Good morning, or good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon. Sorry about my camera not being on. We just finished the State Fair Classic press conference, so we're here.
Absolutely, Coach, and we just appreciate you taking time to join us. We know it's a busy day of media interaction with you, so we do appreciate the time. Coach, if you could start us out with an opening statement recapping your team's most recent outing versus Northwestern State.
Yeah, man, we played Northwestern State this past weekend. Really felt like we started in the right manner. Even though we gave up 7 points to start the game, I thought our team's focus was a little bit different. I thought we played faster than what I had seen us play. We ended up getting in a back-and-forth battle with Northwestern State, which they were coming off two Power Four teams playing. So the people don't understand the speed of the game when you're coming off playing those opponents. They actually play faster. And so I was glad our guys were able to match and exceed that and pull out a victory at home. Probably made it a little bit closer than what we wanted to at the end with just some hiccups. But ultimately, we've been in a lot of close games this year. And for us to pull it out at home to get our first home win this year was really big for us in our program.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. We've got over 8 questions, I believe, now in the queue. So please limit your questions from this first round to one initial question. If we've got time, we'll work our way back. First question goes to Wayne Cartwright.
Coach Jackson, good afternoon to you. So obviously you guys did really, really well running the ball this week. 356 yards led by 180 with Chase. And then also Lamaje had 104 and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Also Tevin Carter too. So with this running game, do you think that the way you guys are running this ball, do you think that this is something that you guys can hang your hat on moving forward? Do you see yourselves sustaining this level of running effect moving forward, even into this week?
Yeah, well, good afternoon to you too, Wayne. And yes, we want to. Certainly, everybody stands up when they get jobs and they talk about the year and they talk about they want to be able to run the football. But we want to be one of those teams too. We want to run the football as much as we can. And I think what you saw Saturday night is ultimately what the defense gave us, we took. And then we had some guys make a lot of plays. You talked about Tevin. Tevin made a great play, made a dude miss. We had talked as a team about we were struggling to make guys miss. And I thought Saturday night we made guys miss with different people. And so a coach told me a long time ago, you achieve what you emphasize. We emphasized it all week in practice, practiced it, and it showed up on Saturday night. And actually, we believe we left some yardage out there. And Chase left some touchdowns out there. He had 180 yards, but he didn't have any touchdowns. And so anytime you're averaging 10 yards a carry and no touchdowns, we want to make sure we get the ball in the box. But if you're asking, do we want to continue this? Absolutely. I don't know a coach that wouldn't say they want to run the ball as much as they can. But we do understand people are going to start loading the box up when you see a number like that, and we're going to have to throw the box back open.
All right, Coach, good luck in that State Fair Classic down there in Dallas.
Thank you.
Next question goes to Perry Daniels.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Coach, so State Fair Classic, you're going against Grambling. I know your philosophy is nameless gray faces across the sideline, but this week it's your fraternity brother.
Yeah.
Talk about that program and what you've seen on film in that team.
Yeah, first of all, I got a lot of respect for Coach Joseph and his career. Some of the guy that's been the head coach in Nebraska when we don't get those opportunities. And his family, it's kind of like the Bowdens. There's a Joseph everywhere in football on every level. And so we certainly have a lot of respect and admiration for his career and what he's done. And when you cut the tape on, you see what he's doing at the football program. Those guys are 3-1. Their only losses to Ohio State. The quarterback is playing at a really high level. I really like their receivers. I think those guys can run, and it's going to present some challenges for us. Defensively, their defensive coordinator has always been sound and attacked you properly, as we would say, everywhere he's been a defensive coordinator. And so I haven't had a chance to watch all the special teams tape yet. I'll do that on the way back today. But I haven't found a weak spot. And so it'll present a really good challenge for us, especially when starting the SWAC West again. We've got one game in the SWAC West, but now we're in it. And so we've had some weeks to get ourselves together, and we got a big challenge on Saturday night that we're going to have to answer.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
This question goes to Doc Holliday.
Coach Jackson, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Dallas.
Afternoon. Thank you.
Tell us about the play of Tevin Carter as he been put in the spotlight as far as being the starter. What is the things that you like that you see from him, and what do you tell him as far as when the game comes, letting the game come to him?
Yeah, every snap Tevin Carter takes is something new, right? Like Tevin Carter, when he played against Rice, it was his first start overall. When he played against Northwestern State, it was his first FCS start. And so now we walk into a situation where he's gotten better, but he's still got a ways to go. And Tevin Carter is older. He has a degree, but he's still young when it comes to experience. And everybody wants to know where our quarterback situation is. We're gonna play two quarterbacks. Like, it ain't no secret anymore. We're gonna play multiple guys. We're gonna play whoever helps us get the job done that day. And I like where both Cam is still waiting in the wings, and he's been ready to go. And so Tevin is young. He made some mistakes the other night, but I think we got a room where we got a couple of guys that can play for us, that have played for us, and we got to be able to use that to our advantage.
All right, appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Question goes to Terrence Harris.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
Hey, and speaking of, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the rushing attack and also just kind of what Tevin, what does he at his legs add to that whole dynamic of your rushing offense?
Yeah, I think anytime you have a quarterback that we call it the +1 run game, anytime you can add the quarterback into a run fit creates a issue for defenses. Seeing that my whole career as a defensive guy, you always cut the tape on and want to know if the quarterback can run. Is he a scrambler or is he a pocket passer? And if he can run, man, you got some issues on your hands, because that means he can get himself out of bad situations. And in addition to the +1 run game with design runs. And so he provides that, but our rushing attack has to be that with or without him. We want to be able to run the football. Our rushing attack they would have rushed for over 200 had Tevin Carter not even been there that day. And so we want to make sure we're doing that. If you look at places that we've been, the rushing attack has always been good for us. And it's taken us a little longer in the season to get it going. But hopefully now we can be consistent with it and not just be a one-hit wonder from Saturday night.
Okay, thanks.
Next question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and everybody in your program are well. Talk a little bit about this State Fair Classic, Grambling and Prairie View. This is a big deal, 100 years. This is a special game.
Yeah, Mr. Hill, I just got off a stage where I was blown away with the amount of history, the amount of pageantry that goes into this game. I've never attended the game. Last year I watched the game after we played. I sat on the couch and watched 5 overtimes of Prairie View beating Grambling last year. And so to be here in the moment right now, special. When you talking about a guy like Eddie Robinson, sat up on the same stages, talked about the same game, and that's one person we aspire to be like. And so I think it'll be a really good game for our fans and for our alums, but it is a really big game for us. And it like Coach Joseph just said on the stage, it determines who can talk about the West. We're up 1 in the West right now because we opened up with 1, but they're a really good football team, and so we got to battle it out. And how the West was won comes to mind because it goes through both of these institutions, and we're excited about getting our opportunity in front of what we believe is going to be a really large crowd, and in sunny South Dallas on Saturday night.
Thank you, Coach. Have a great week.
You too.
Coach, know you're traveling. We'll try to wrap it up quickly with 2 final questions. First one goes to Dr. Cavill.
Kenyatta Cavill, Dr. Cavill's inside the HBCU Sports Lab.
Yep.
I was going to talk a little bit about the history, but you went into it, so I'm glad that you got there. So I want to talk about your defensive side of the ball. Against your FCS competition, they're giving up an average of 24 points a game. Can you give some overall thought in terms of how your defense is coming along and your expectations of how it looks in this particular matchup?
Yeah, 24 is a little bit too much for us. We'd like to be 17 or less. We feel like under 17 or less gives us an opportunity to win every game. So we're trying to find a way to cut 7 or more off of there. And it starts with explosive plays. We've let some explosive plays happen. There was a 3rd and 15 in the game the other day. It's just off the safety's fingertips. We're sitting in a set and a coverage, and he threw it off his ear. We thought he should have picked it and ended up falling in the guy's hand. He's scoring a touchdown. We've got to eliminate that. If we can eliminate that, the pass in the back of the end zone against UTRGV, the pass interference that led to a touchdown against Texas Southern, if we can eliminate those things that led to touchdowns, then we'll be right where we want to be. And it all starts with stopping the run, not allowing them to get rhythm in the run game. But I'll tell you this too, Doc, it starts with our special teams unit. We've struggled a little bit on kickoff. We've had to go fix those issues. I think we got a good plan for it this week. And we gotta make sure that we start in the right position. If you look at those FCS games you mentioned, if we start in the middle of the field on the plus side, we give up a touchdown. If we start backed up behind the 30, we don't give up a touchdown. So it's really simple on how to fix it based off the data that we have. And we've got to do a really good job as coaches to put them in that position.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck this weekend. Look forward to the matchup.
Thanks, Doc.
Last question goes to Charles Porter.
Yeah, Coach, real quick, congratulations on a great win over the weekend. Everybody in Waller County that's got some purple is wearing it on yesterday in commemoration for the Panthers. I tell you, that 75 vehicle motorized brigade that brought the Panthers in was great on Saturday. Everybody's talking about the running back room, and you've been talking about it. They get straight A's this weekend. Tell us how you were able to keep those guys encouraged and keep those guys energized throughout the whole game. I mean, they were great the whole game.
Yeah, I think, those guys love each other, and that's a team deal for us. And it starts with the seniors that were here. And those guys have done a really good job of incorporating our brand of football in through the rest of the team. If the guys that were here will buy in, normally the new guys go, okay, if they like it, we'll jump into it. And I've been very impressed with the way our team has went about merging our culture together and getting those things handled internally in the locker room. And so I think you saw that from the running back room. The one thing I really like about those guys is Chase Bingham at the post-game press conference talked about how he couldn't wait till Lamaje. He was happy for Lamaje. Lamaje wanted Chase to be there. They wanted Brandon Campbell to get in the mix. He kind of had a small injury, so we held him. And they complement each other. I think that's fed by their coach, Coach Fed. And they do a really good job offensively. Coach Buck trusted them, and those guys were able to perform at a high level. Now, the key is going to be, can you be consistent? Can you do it again? Or are you a one-hit wonder? And we talk about that as a football program. And so we look forward to this week to seeing what they can do, because we know Grambling State's going to have a really good plan.
Yeah, real quick too, Coach. Defensively, Trevor Randall was great with 14 tackles, and Sterling Roberts also, they did a great job on Saturday.
Yeah, no, those two guys are two older guys. Sterling was with us about Austin. Trevor came over from Louisiana Monroe. He's a good tackler. I think we got him in the right position.
Good luck this week, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, sincerely appreciate your time. Sorry for going over. Look forward to speaking to you again next week.
Thank you. Go Panthers.
Yes, sir. Thank you.